boost those speakers and dip into that nostalgia, because it's soundtrack of my life night on The Masked Singer. This particular theme has been used on the show in the past, and as always, it meant the remaining singers on Wednesday had to perform songs with personal meaning to them. To that end, Ship sang Because the Night by Patti Smith Group, Woodpecker sang Put Your Records On by Corinne Bailey Rae, and Buffalo sang Bittersweet Symphony by The Verve. It was a night for bringing back old favorites apparently, as host Nick Cannon told the panel and audience at the top of the episode that the Ding Dong Keep It On bell, which can only be used once all season in one of the group finals, is making its return. Barring someone ringing that, this being the Group A finals, so 2 people had to go home. The first contestant eliminated was Woodpecker, who was revealed to be Blackish star, actress, and producer Marsai Martin, which no one on the panel correctly guessed. This sent Ship and Buffalo to the season's first battle royale, where they were both tasked with singing their own take on Go Your Own Way by Fleetwood Mac. In a shocking and sure to be somewhat controversial decision, the panel opted to save the Ding Dong Keep It On bell for later in the season and sent Ship sailing. Jenny McCarthy-Wahlberg finally got on the board this season as the only one to correctly guess that Ship was Grammy winner Paula Cole. Other guesses included Sarah McLachlan, Rita Ora, Alanis Morissette, Ken Jeong, and Amy Lee, Robin Thicke. Ahead, Entertainment Weekly chats with Cole, who reminisces about a wild memory with the Dawson's Creek cast, how that show's theme song, the evergreen, everlasting anthem, I Don't Want to Wait, is the song of her life, and her surprising link to Taylor Swift. I've got to say, I am shocked to be talking to you right now. I thought you were shoo-in to win it all. Paula Cole. Well, thank you for your vote. I appreciate it. Listen, I don't need to win. I don't need to win awards and things. I'm doing this for other reasons. I love music. It was a fun experience. It's all good fun. I was always kind of practicing my Buddhist non-attachment to it, just enjoying it, even though I enjoyed having an alter ego, and the Ship was a beautiful alter ego, a beautiful costume. It was fascinating being in the inner workings of a television show, and it was fun to dance and give a little joy to my elderly parents who sit in their lazy boys and watch a lot of television as elder folks do, and my kids. It's fun. You mentioned on the show that you were a big introvert, and being there was kind of stressing you out. Did you end up finding a sense of calm as it went along? Oh, definitely. I mean, being on a television set, it's much more intimate than it appears, and I love my crew. I love my costumer and my sewers. I was very attached to them, so I felt like there was team energy. I was sad to leave. I loved the experience. I loved singing and dancing and being part of something and being in that company. So I did shed a little tear when I got off stage after I died and had to be unmasked just because I was sad to leave, but I felt very uncomfortable being in a battle with music. I don't like that. Music is a unifier, not something to be competitive over. So I kind of personally hated the battle royale. Everyone was really talented. I think it's fine for me to go home. I have a lot to do. It was kind of a relief in a way, but I was sad. It's a lot. It was kind of exhausting and fascinating and fun. So I'm glad I said yes, and I got over myself and my judgmental snobbery because I didn't even know the show, and I had to do a deep dive to research it all. And then it was pretty interesting. I don't think I would have done it if I had to be some furry amoeba or something, but they gave me this gorgeous costume, and it was all very grand. Speaking of television, your beloved hit, I Don't Want to Wait, the theme song to Dawson's Creek, played on national TV during the Emmys this year when Joshua Jackson took the stage, and he hilariously made a comment about it. Over the years, have you had the opportunity to talk to the cast about how that song has been part of a defining moment of their careers? I haven't met anyone from the cast in some years, and everybody's kind of branched out in their own life. But it's funny, we did some promo together when they were still shooting, and I met the cast, and it was so bizarre. But we ended up watching the Mike Tyson versus Evander Holyfield match together that night. I think it was with Michelle Williams and James Van Der Beek. We watched that match together, and they're lovely people, and I love them. James was such a good human being, totally kind and down to earth, and was a big fan of my music. So I really appreciated him. I don't think any of us knew how huge the show would become, and the show was so much bigger than me, and people latched onto the song. It holds this sentimental place in people's hearts, and it's become the song of my life, and it's crossed generations. You sing it, and the entire audience starts to sing along. It's a very moving and joyful thing to be part of. I feel very lucky about that, to have a song like that, even though we're Have All the Cowboys Gone, had higher chart status, but I Don't Want to Wait is this kind of evergreen, everlasting anthem, and people love it. And for me, it means something else. It's about my grandfather and our family, but it just has all this meaning for people. So it's very sweet. And when that show went to streaming a few years back, you ended up re-recording that song to own the masters of it. Essentially, you pulled a Taylor Swift before Taylor Swift. Yeah, we did that back in 2015 or 2016. I re-recorded and re-released the masters for Where Have All the Cowboys Gone? And I Don't Want to Wait, so that I have a little more control over my songs, because otherwise the music business is full of sharks and I signed some bad deals, and I didn't have control over that song. It could get used at whim. The record company would just use it. So I think it was oversaturated, overexposed. And you don't get to control life. None of us do. You don't get to control your career per se. You do your best in surfing and navigating those tides and those waves that come at you. But I did what I could, so I re-recorded the masters so I could have more semblance of maintenance of my work. Right? And that's essentially why Swift did it as well. Totally. Girl power mode. Yeah. And I love that Swift highlighted that conversation, and India Ari recently kind of left performing live. She's highlighting just how difficult the music business is for artists, and I'm glad that we're making it more a part of the conversation. There has been real abuse in the music business, especially to women. What's next for you? What are you working on that you're excited to share with fans and viewers of The Masked Singer? So I've been touring behind a new album called Low, and that's going very well. And I've gone back to Europe, the UK, for the first time in 25 years after raising a family, and that felt redemptive. I was really heartened by the reception I got in London, so that all went fantastically. And I'm going to be doing more touring. Some more dates will be announced later. I'm kind of winding down this tour. So I finished my touring at the end of this month, but in 2025, you'll see a lot more tour dates that'll be posted soon. And I'm about to go in about a 5-month period of writing right now.